I come to say to you this afternoon, however difficult the moment,
yes, sir,
however frustrating the hour, it will not be long,
no,
because truth crushed earth will rise again.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
Yes, sir.
Because no lie can live forever.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Because you shall reap what you sow.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne.
Yes, sir.
Yet that scaffold sways the future.
Yes.
Behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. How long? Not long. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
On Monday, January 19th of this year, we celebrate the life and legacy of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Few people from American history are quoted as often. From his speeches about a dream for equity, among people with content of characters weighted heavier than the color of skin, to his famous view from the mountaintop speech just before his assassination, Dr. King's eloquent words continue to stir emotions and prompt us to think. I think that's because even 60 years after his death, the dream is yet to be fully realized. The view from the mountaintop is a little more in focus, but we're still walking around living in a true sense of beloved community. There remain goals, though, as we live out our lives today. My friends, there are still persons who are considered less than by others because of the color of their skin, their nation of origin, their sexual orientation, or their socioeconomic status. And those are just a few ways we choose to compare ourselves to others. As flawed human beings, we have created many others. Unfortunately, injustice is still all too common in this 21st century. As we honor Dr. King's life, I pray we will do more to engage our communities with the ideals that he taught us in the 1950s and 60s. In his famous letter from Birmingham Jail, Dr. King explained why we must extend beyond areas where we are comfortable. And this work often is indeed uncomfortable. He said, I could not sit idly by in Atlanta and not be concerned about what happens in Birmingham. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. He went on to say, anyone who lives inside the United States can never be considered an outsider anywhere within its bounds. So how do we treat others who look different from us? And how do we think Jesus views us if we treat part of God's amazing creation as less than others? It's something to think about. The time to stand for justice is now. It has been delayed long enough. In that same letter, Dr. King addresses criticisms by white clergy persons, including 2 Methodist bishops at the time. Dr. King said, for years now, I have heard the word wait. It rings in the ear of every Negro with piercing familiarity. This wait has almost always meant never. Dr. King goes on to point out that if African American persons had waited more than 3 centuries to receive their constitutional and God-given rights. As a Native person, I understand that frustration of being told to wait for a seat at the table, for voice in discussions of our times. As an enrolled member of the Choctaw Nation, also a Cherokee lineage, my people's history includes the tragedy of the Trail of Tears, but it also includes rich spiritual ceremonies. My background includes amazing leaders, wise counsel, commitments to community, and tremendous contributions to our world through invention, business, civic leadership, the arts, and much more. People of African American heritage likewise have a rich culture and heritage to share with us if we just take the opportunity to learn. February across the United States has come to be known as Black History Month. It is an opportunity to hear stories about contributions and achievements by people of African descent. Their history, like that of my people, is our history. From enslavement to segregation to redlining and other injustices, the wherewithal to overcome obstacle after obstacle cannot and should not be ignored. So as we prepare to honor Dr. King, I urge you to make that commemoration just the start of your push to learn more about racial justice issues. I pray you will use this moment as a starting point for learning more about our African American brothers and sisters during Black History Month. Note resources the Great Plains Conference will share via social media and in our weekly GP Connect newsletter. Some will label this concept of learning about people different from ourselves as woke or extremists. Believe it or not, Dr. King addressed that too, all the way back to 1963 as he sat in that jail. Dr. King said, though I was initially disappointed at being categorized as an extremist, as I continued to think about the matter, I gradually gained a measure of satisfaction from that label. Was not Jesus an extremist for love? Love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Was not Amos an extremist for justice? Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. Let's keep working on this day to honor a great leader in the civil rights movement and throughout Black History Month and beyond, to finally make Dr. King's dream of a beloved community a reality. May Creator God bless you as you take on that effort.